of the head-to-head challenge for Asia and Oceania and fast track to the top 40 of Miss World is Philippines.
Good afternoon mga kaibigan, welcome back to our channel. And quick update lang tayo sa Miss World because may magandang balita na naman ang para sa Pilipinas. So at kung napanood ninyo yung previous update natin kahapon kung saan pinag-usapan natin kung sino ang posibleng makapasok sa top 40, well, hindi na natin kailangang hulaan si Asia Rose Simpson dahil official na, pasok na siya sa top 40 ng Miss World 2026. At hindi lang siya nakapasok. She actually earned her spot by winning yung Asia and Oceania group for the head-to-head challenge. So congratulations, Asia Rose. And guys, I have to say, ang ganda ng timing nito because parang unti-unti na natin talagang nakikita kung anong klaseng candidate si Asia Rose. So, hindi yung candidate na umaasa lang sa ganda, sa styling, sa runway, or sa popularity. She is actually one of those candidates na sinasabi nating may substansya. At sa Miss World, napakalaking bagay talaga niyan. So going back to the head-to-head performance, so during this challenge, pinag-usapan ni Asia Rose ang kanyang advocacy na tinawag niyang SEED. So this is Sports and Dance Initiative. So ang focus nito is paggamit ng sports at dance para makatulong sa physical, sa emotional, sa social and mental well-being ng mga kabataan. And I think dito talaga siya naging very convincing and very believable. Kasi yung advocacy niyang ito ay hindi lang ginawa dahil kailangan niya ng project for Miss World. Asia Rose herself is a dancer, we know that, and she is a gymnast. So noong sinabi niya na nakita niya personally kung paano nakakatulong ang movement hindi lang sa katawan, kundi pati sa mental at emotional health, may personal connection siya sa advocacy niya. Hindi siya nagdi-discuss ng isang topic na binasa lang niya or ni-research lang niya. She actually lived it. At para sa akin, yun ang malaking difference. Kasi pagdating sa advocacy, ramdam mo naman kapag scripted lang ang isang tao, right? Pero kapag sariling experience talaga ang pinanggagalingan, mas natural yung delivery niya. So, isa pa sa magandang bahagi ng presentation niya was when she was talking about growing up involved in outreach work. Dahil according sa presentation niya, bata pa lang siya, nakakasama na siya sa international travel connected with her family's non-profit work. So, she talked about meeting and helping widows, elderly people, yung mga persons with disabilities, yung mga single moms, children. At doon daw niya natutunan na sometimes hindi naman kailangang gigantic or napakaliki ang ginagawa mo para magkaroon ka ng impact. So sometimes, just simply showing up for the people is what really matters. And guys, that's actually very Miss World. Kasi remember, Miss World has always emphasized beauty with a purpose. Hindi lang ito tungkol sa magandang gown, magandang mukha, or magandang walk. They really want to know ano ang ginagawa mo sa platform mo. At dito talaga, malakas ang dating ni Asia Rose. Isa rin sa pinakamagandang point niya was the idea that sports and dance can become universal languages. Because think about it mga kaibigan, hindi mo kailangang pareho kayo ng language ng isang tao para makapaglaro kayo ng basketball. Right? Hindi mo kailangang magkapareho kayo ng nationality para makasabay mo siya sa sayaw. Movement can really connect people and Asia Rose connected that idea with youth mental health. So yung explanation niya that physical movement can become an outlet for young people, especially those who may feel lonely, yung mga feeling na disconnected sila, or emotionally overwhelmed. And this becomes more personal dahil she started talking about herself, about dance, about dancing, and how dance became therapeutic for her during moments that she felt lonely. So, again, nandoon yung personal experience. May advocacy siya, yung may concrete program, at very clear yung message. And that combination is important. So ito pa yung isang impressive na napansin ko. Asia Rose said her initiative has already reached more than 10,000 students across the United States, Vietnam, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, so that is in the Philippines. She has also worked with organizations and local government units connected to sports initiatives, and part of her pageant winnings reportedly help provide scholarships for children. So, may ginagawa rin siyang mental health curriculum na gusto niyang maipresenta eventually sa Department of Education sa Pilipinas. And this is where I think the advocacy becomes stronger kasi madaling sabihin na I want to help children, right? I want to promote mental health. I want to inspire the kids, the youth. Pero ang tanong palagi is how? How are you gonna do that? And in her case, meron siya talagang actual mechanism. So it's through sports, it's through dance, she has scholarships, she has programs, she's working on a curriculum, meron na siyang outreach efforts, right? So hindi lang abstract concept. So then came the culture question. So, hindi lang advocacy ang naging highlight ng head-to-head. So, Asia Rose was also asked a very interesting question, and it went like this. How can the new generation embrace progress without losing what makes its culture unique? At gusto ko talaga yung direction ng sagot niya. So, instead of giving some complicated philosophical answer, she just went back to very simple things. And she talked about speaking your native language at home, sharing stories with the younger generations, and cooking recipes passed down from grandparents. Very simple. And I think that is actually very smart. Kasi sometimes kapag sinabing preserving culture, kung ano-ano na yung mga pinag-iisipan natin, yung mga malalaking project, right? Like building museums, like festivals, having all these campaigns. Pero hindi. The truth is, culture can survive inside your house. Kapag tinuturuan mo yung anak mo ng Tagalog, which I'm guilty of that because I have 3 kids and nobody can speak Tagalog. But they do understand. Okay, they do understand the language, but they cannot speak it. Tapos, kapag kinikwento mo kung saan nanggaling yung family mo, yung anong culture, anong tradition, and kapag niluluto mo yung recipe ng parents mo, ng lola mo, ng mommy mo, right? That's culture being preserved. And that is an answer that felt relatable. Nakaka-relate ka ba, right? Especially yung mga kapwa Pilipino na living outside the Philippines. So, after all of that, Asia Rose was announced as the Asia and Oceania winner of the head-to-head challenge, and that victory means one very important thing. Asia Rose is officially in the Miss World Top 40. Hindi ito prediction, hindi ito hot pick, mga kaibigan. Hindi ito fan vote speculation. It is confirmed. The win secured her place in the quarterfinal stage of the competition. And her reaction was actually very sweet because she thanked everyone for allowing her to represent the Philippines and talked about wanting to use the responsibility and her voice to inspire people. So you can really see that it is a big deal para sa kanya yung moment na yun. And understandably so, mga kaibigan, because now she has secured something every candidate there is fighting for, a guaranteed place deeper into the competition. And here is where it gets even more interesting. The head-to-head competition doesn't necessarily end with the continental win. So yung 4 continental winners move into another stage. And the overall head-to-head winner gets even a bigger advantage going into the finals. So technically, Asia Rose has already accomplished the first mission, and that is securing the top 40. Now the question becomes, how much farther can she take this? Because if she continues performing strongly in the remaining fast-track competitions, suddenly we are no longer talking about Asia Rose as someone simply hoping to survive that first cut, but we are talking about somebody who could legitimately build momentum toward the deeper rounds. And remember, my top model pa siya. So another thing we cannot ignore is that Asia Rose has already been making noise in the top model. So she advanced into the top model competition despite the runway mishap we talked about previously. And honestly, I think that actually helped people remember her because she recovered and she kept walking and she didn't let that moment destroy that performance. So now combine that with yung head-to-head continental victory and you are beginning to see a different side of her. Because top model shows presentation and composure, right? Pero itong head-to-head shows yung intelligence niya, yung communication skills niya, at saka yung advocacy niya. So beauty with a purpose shows impact. Talent shows performance ability, and that's what we want in Miss World. You want someone who can perform in multiple areas, not just one. So, sa previous discussion natin mga kaibigan, ang tanong natin is, makakapasok kaya si Asia Rose sa top 40? And based on the hot picks, her performances, and what we had seen at that point, she looked very competitive, right? But there was a little uncertainty, pero ngayon talagang wala na talaga. She has already secured that position. So the conversation now changes from, will she make it to top 40 to how far can Asia Rose Simpson go? And that's much better question to be asking this early. At syempre, hindi pa tapos yung role ng Filipino fans because Asia Rose can still benefit from support in People's Choice and engagement with her official Miss World content for multimedia competition. So kung sinusuportahan ninyo si Asia Rose, doon talaga dapat pumunta ang energy sa official voting, official Miss World platforms, official content, because every additional opportunity matters. We know that, Filipino fans. But at least ngayon, may breathing room talaga tayo kasi nasa top 40 na ang Pilipinas. Anything beyond this point is about pushing deeper into the competition. And of course, hindi talaga mawala-wala yung comparison history to Megan Young, right? Because it has been 13 years ago since Megan Young won Miss World in 2013, becoming the very first Filipina to win that crown. So, Asia Rose is now trying to become that second queen for Miss World. And I don't think we should crown her this early as of yet. Kasi, again, napakarami pang strong candidates. Napakarami pang pwedeng mangyari. But you also cannot deny this, that Asia Rose is doing what she needs to do. So, she is collecting what we call meaningful results. She is getting noticed. And most importantly, she is giving the judges reasons to remember her beyond just being Miss Philippines. So guys, very quick follow-up lang talaga yan, pero napakalaking update. So from wondering whether Asia Rose Simpson would survive top 40 cut, she has now taken that question completely off the table. She won the Asia and Oceania head-to-head group, so she presented an advocacy that is very personal to her. She spoke about mental health through sports and dance, and she gave a very thoughtful answer about preserving culture through the simple traditions we practice at home. So she was able to secure the top 40. Now, I'm very curious about what comes next because the question is no longer top 40 kaya, but the question now is top 20, top 10, or could Asia Rose Simpson actually make a serious run for that blue crown? So aabangan natin mga kaibigan. And again, congratulations, Asia Rose Simpson. One major hurdle down, marami pang laban ahead, but the Philippines is officially moving forward. Thank you so much mga kaibigan. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next update.